So yeah, everyone, Paul and I decided to do a live stream just about The Last Dance. It's a pretty sensational show we watched, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen in the following episodes. But we want to touch on episode 1 and 2. I kind of been thinking about this for a while, all day when we were doing this, and with Jordan, there's one quote that I looked up from him that I'm going to read, and it pretty much sums it up. And just the mindset this guy's had his whole life, I think, from being in Wilmington, North Carolina, to the courts of the NBA from the day one, in his pure confidence. He goes, some people want to make it happen. Some people would make it happen. Others make it happen. And I think that pretty much says it all. The minute he got on the court, he with pure confidence, starting freshman year in college to being in the pros, and even Larry Bird just in awe of it. So, Paul, what are your thoughts quickly, overall view, and then we'll get into the details.
Just the whole 2 episodes.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. We kind of knew what he was already like. So it's cool to see more inside, in depth look at it, and I know some of the content hasn't even been seen before, so it's cool. Also,
yeah, I think it's another thing I kind of think of this is everything's great on the outside, but it really shows the really dirty deeds on the inside of how it all came together and the ups and downs, and not everything's perfect, but it's kind of like social media. Everyone puts their happiest moments, but they don't really know people's real lives. That's kind of overview, but you get stuck in the glory. You don't realize that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the Rodman episode next week will be pretty crazy.
Yeah, they put in some leads. I think that the emotional distraught with Scottie Pippen was definitely something we didn't realize. We just known him as another unbelievable player. And, he finally his time came. As we saw, he made more money than Jordan on the court. And I'm sure he's just doing just fine now. He seems like a pretty level-headed guy, and his story is unbelievable. He was an equipment manager
Yeah, that was the craziest thing. I didn't even know that.
That's just tenacity and persistence getting places. And then he got a growth spurt. Maybe it's God's luck. I don't know.
Yeah, that was also crazy. That means he had to be 18 and go through that crazy growth spurt.
Yeah, who knows these days? But I think it's really just the mindset. He's just so. He said, I think it was amazing when he was playing with the Celtics, and said, tell the guy I forget his name, but I got a nice present for him on the court tomorrow. He put up 6 points in double overtime, yeah. And Larry Bird saying you probably should have won. That was pretty cool.
In golf, yeah.
And also a little trick manipulation too.
Oh yeah, get
to buy Pippen some clubs, and next thing you know, it's to beat him on the course. Well, he's so nice. Oh, what up, Sean Harrison? What up, Chris Sanzo? Bronson, thanks for tuning in. Andrew, I want to go through all these guys. You're probably Darty. What's up, Dim? Cool. I appreciate the support. What else? What are your other thoughts about this?
Yeah, just like what could after watching it, I was just like, obviously, like everyone else, I wanted to watch more.
Yeah, I think the ESPN's going to do that. They're going to really lead it on. They saw a great opportunity. It's pretty cool. 10 years ago, they had this going, and they're ready to launch it. And all of a sudden, COVID hit, and it's get people glued to the TV. And I think it's going to make $3 to $4 million in revenue that he's going to donate. So it's pretty awesome as well.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah, I saw that today. Obviously, everyone's been researching everything. Yeah. More details in this world.
Actually, I saw that. It was 6 million people watched it.
Wow, that's unreal. I also saw that, and by the way, Darty, LeBron, this thing isn't as good as Jordan because you know what? He won a championship every single year he was in a full season. The only reason the Bulls didn't win it, didn't have the chemistry here, is because he was playing another sport, and the other time they broke his foot and wouldn't even let him play. So it's pretty insane. I also saw something my buddy of mine posted today. that it's the definition of consistency. The minute he got on that court, and I think it was 243 days or something it took him to do 6 championships. I mean, that's just, and he never missed a game unless they forced him out. I mean, I think he played with 102 fever one day. I mean, this is pretty insane.
Yeah. Yeah, also the thing was just like the unselfishness. I mean, I know they were selfish, but I'm saying like the teamwork that doesn't happen today.
No, not at all. I mean, it's maybe it has to do with some endorsements. Maybe he's got huge endorsements.
Yeah.
Maybe it has
I
to
mean,
do with some
everything's crazy
marketing
now,
thing.
obviously with social media.
I mean, there's days I remember he said someone said he didn't take the shot. He passed him and put it up for Gloria of all luck, and the heartbreaking of dropping. I mean, with the swoosh at the end, but it's crazy. I think it is teamwork. I think Phil Jackson never gave up. I think one other cool time was, I think it was his 3rd game in, and they were down, and the Bulls were used to losing, and he goes, "Guys, we're still in this game. What are you doing? Stop packing up the bags." And that's what turned around this team immediately, and he set the tone right then and there. And the other thing of confidence, just being in front of thousands of people and said, "This is my time to shine," and was not nervous ever. Just he's going up for dunks because he can.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing that they never really talk about, that he did win the national championship in college.
Yeah, and also he went on and won a gold medal before he made it to the NBA. I mean, the minute he was put on the floor, he was ready to go, which is not normal psychology-wise. And I mean, even if I was the best player out there, I think I'd be freaking out at least for a season or so. So, I mean, he was just his own element. I mean, that's who he was. That's who he was born to do, I guess. And bring people together and put a positive vibe, bring the Bulls back to an unbelievable team. I mean, I remember watching as a kid nonstop. I think a lot of people were.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other thing I was always thinking, how I'm big into social media. I know you are too. So I was just like, imagine they had social media, like just them tweeting, it'd be wild.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, the thing is that they
What's up, Chris?
The fact that they did the coverage, and 10 years later they launched it. I mean, I know ESPN was reaching out to a bunch of people in the media and seeing what they think they should do and the advice they should give them. So it's pretty cool that people glued, and it's awesome that he's going to donate all the money to charity COVID relief. So that's great to see.
My boy Miguel is in here, and he's older, so he always calls me a millennial, and he knows his basketball stuff. But I don't know what he means by that.
How are
you?
What else?
Yeah, just even like.
Where do you think this is going to go? I think it's cool too to see that he goes back to his childhood. Everyone wants to see that, and then lead it up. And I think they're going to probably end it with that game-winning shot in Game 6 against the Jazz in his final season.
Yeah.
But what do you think's in between?
Well, the other thing is, like, he came out before and was like, people are going to think I'm a horrible person after this, but, like, nothing really negative was last night, so I'm interested to see what happens with that. Like, what was he talking about?
Yeah, what's the tension building up to? I mean, you got Dennis Rodman being Dennis Rodman, it's enough said, and, I mean.
But I think it's going to be cool, too, showing him, because he didn't get all the points, and he just got rebounds, and he's a Hall of Famer. It might, like, these kids today always thinks about just, like, dunking and scoring points, you know?
Yeah, it's all about the show and highlights. And
yeah. So I think maybe it'll just help and change their minds.
In hockey, in a shootout, with that last winning goal, or is the goalie going to save it to be a hero? And I mean, it's whose fault is it going to be? The defense, or coming down to that last millisecond with draining the basket or putting it in the back of the net? You know, that's the thrill of sports.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what else, what other things do you want to see?
I think they're going to go through each player, each top 5 players. They're going to probably call someone out that we haven't really heard about, and just say who are the key factors. And there's definitely going to be, it's in a documentary, so there's going to be emotions, ups and downs, and bring it down and come back up. I don't know. I'd like to see more of his childhood, see where it really went. Maybe the controversy or how talk about his athletic ability, maybe the comparison with LeBron. I probably filmed it too far before that. But LeBron is only one that's 3 for 5 in the national championship now, and it should be interesting to see the other what failures he had and what adversity came over. I'm sure there's some stuff in there. I mean, maybe some more with the high school basketball coach cutting him. I mean, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You always got to live by that. What are your thoughts?
Some funny moments. I think you probably saw it, and it was like a Barack Obama that said like former Chicago resident instead of like former president.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what were they thinking? Like I think they should have added both, and then they did it with Bill Clinton too. They're like former Arkansas governor. Like I get what they were doing, but like it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I think they're going to intertwine a lot of eye-popping, noticeable.
The other thing is,
name.
like they said they interviewed like over 100 people for it too.
Yeah, who decided to get involved in that?
Yeah, so that's why I'm interested to see who else. That was funny, like with Common, the rapper.
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah,
they're going to show.
He's everywhere, I feel like.
They're also going to show, I think, what happened socially behind the scenes and all the drama. There's going to be more drama. There's got to be. It's going to keep everyone engaged, I think.
Yeah, maybe when he got into like gambling and stuff like that too. Maybe the baseball a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, the gambling thing's hilarious. I mean, he still does that today. I can tell you that. With Madrigal Investments, I mean, he goes on the course. He has these cash guys. He's like, "What's $50,000 to him?" Sometimes it's just scary to think about. But I mean, I think it's the thrill to win. He always had a thrill to win. He's gonna get bored if he doesn't figure out a way to create a competition at all times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that's the other thing. Like, I wonder, like, there's not much about him, like, what he does, like, today. Besides, like, I know he owns, like, part of the Hornets, but
I think he sold
he doesn't
that
do
now.
interviews.
I just read it about it. I think he sold that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
know
Like,
that
what else does he do?
he's quote unquote retired in Jupiter, Florida, and he's gotten really heavily into sport fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah, it's a cool sport down in Florida, and it's kind of an expensive hobby, but it's very competitive. I mean, you're spending thousands of dollars for options on boats to catch fish, and I know that half the time he's just sitting there smoking a cigar while he brings his boys out to learn how to fish. And I know I got some fishing reports that he caught 4 blue marlin out in the 4 blue marlin out in the Bahamas, and sail fishing. He's highly addicted to it because it's the thrill of the hunt, as usual, and the thrill to win. That's what he's obsessed with. So it takes patience out there, but I think he's really interested in just new activities and what he can overtake in the world. So I'd like to see him probably more in the media, but I think he kind of keeps it low key and just keeps himself now. Who knows?
Yeah. Miguel said surprised the entire doc isn't the last season and they go back in time. I mean, yeah, that's how they pitched it. Like, they pitched it as it was going to be only that season, but they were going, like, they're showing kind of the full story.
If you have 10 episodes, you got to get super creative. Think outside the box. Yeah. Leak some secrets that aren't too bad.
How'd you feel about watching commercials?
Kind of annoys me.
Yeah, I was not used to that, that's for sure.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
no, totally. You usually engage on Netflix.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was a little. I haven't watched TV in the longest time, and I was like, "Damn, what is this?"
Yeah. But any other ideas? What you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I just think there's gonna be way more drama. Like there wasn't really that much in its first 2 episodes.
I think there's some funny things with Dennis Rodman. Who knows? I think there's gonna be a lot of drama with Krause. It already started up with Pippen. It's all about.
I mean, there's already funny memes and stuff. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's I think what we touched on. I hope everyone enjoyed it. It's going to be an interesting ride, and we're gonna tune in 4 more times and just keep up with it. Thank you for everyone joining in, and keep you posted.
Yeah. Talk to you next week.
Sounds good, buddy.
See you.
Bye.